Hello and welcome to Richard August, the autistic Christian MGTOW, the red pill man who lights it up blue. Having finished the Holy Bible in 1 year last year, and now starting on a new set of videos, this is the beginning of the Lenten season for us Christians. I had a copy of a book called Relics of Repentance, the letters of Pontius Pilate and Claudia Procula. This was published by Issana Press. This is a press that is no longer working, but they published this book, copyright 1990, 1996, and 2002. This was the only book that they published. It was $14. And the book contains the English translation of a letter from Pontius Pilate's wife, Claudia Procula, by Catherine Van Dyke, published in 1929. Other material in this book is published from the Apocryphal New Testament, first published in 1820 in William Hone's collection, including the translation of Jeremiah Jones and Archbishop Wake, more recently translated by Montague Rhodes James in 1924. In 1990, Issana Press purchased the copyright to a letter from Pontius Pilate's wife and exclusive publishing rights, domestic and foreign, to Catherine Van Dyke's English translation of the letter from her sole surviving heir and only child, Ursula Van Dyke Nornabel. I am going to read the contents of this book over the next few days, and I will read it portion by portion to you. First, today I will read the Acknowledgement and the Preface. The Acknowledgement: the publisher wishes to give a special note of thanks to William J. Sheehan, CSB, Director, Department of Printed Books, Vatican Library, for helping us to locate the manuscript of Claudia's letter in the archives of the Vatican Library. The manuscript's reference is as follows: Vatican City, Bibliotheca Apostolica Vaticana, Vatlat 589, Vatican Lateran Library. Here is the preface. Little is known of the life of Pontius Pilate, and even less of his wife, Claudia Procula. History tells us Pilate was a member of the Equestrian Order, the Roman cavalry, of the Samnite clan of the Pontii, from which the name Pontius originated, meaning belonging to the sea, and therefore entitled to special privileges as an upper-class Roman citizen. His cognomen Pilatus designates one who is armed with a javelin. Historical references suggest that Claudia was the granddaughter of Augustus Caesar and the illegitimate daughter of Julia, Augustus's only natural offspring. At the age of 14, Julia married Marcus Claudius Marcellus, son of Augustus's sister Octavia, who died 2 years after their marriage, leaving Julia a childless widow at the age of 16. Julia had numerous lovers while married to her second husband, Marcus Vespasianus Agrippa, with whom she had 5 children. After the death of Agrippa, she married Tiberius, her third husband. Julia's lewd and scandalous lifestyle continued, and so distressed her father Augustus that after her marriage to Tiberius, Augustus banished her from Rome and allowed Tiberius to divorce her. It was in exile that Julia gave birth to her illegitimate daughter Claudia. However, when Tiberius became emperor, he found favor in Claudia and adopted her as his own daughter despite her illegitimate status. Claudia's cognomen, Procula, is the feminine of Proculus, meaning one who is born when his or her father was at a distance from his native country, or one who is born of parents advanced in age. Her childhood was spent in Narbonne, a city in southern France, 12 miles from the Mediterranean coast. In Gallia or ancient France, it was called Narbo. Cicero spoke of it as a strategic city in defense of the Roman Empire against unconquered Gallic tribes and referred to it as a watchtower and bulwark of the Roman people. After these tribes were subjugated to Roman rule, Julius Caesar established a Roman colony in Narbo to serve as a settlement for veterans of the 10th Legion. In 26 AD, Pilate was appointed Prefectus of Judea and later given the title of procurator, according to early historians. Josephus, a first-century Jewish historian, wrote of a tragic event which occurred in 36 AD and ended Pilate's term of office, 26 to 36 AD, in Judea. He relates that Pilate ordered the attack of armed Samaritans on Mount Gerizim, who were gathered there by a false prophet who had promised to reveal the lost treasures of their temple. When Pilate's soldiers ruthlessly slaughtered many of those who were assembled, the Samaritans appealed to the legate of Syria, Vitellius, who ordered Pilate back to Rome to stand trial for his criminal actions. The customary punishment for serious crimes committed by a Roman citizen was self-imposed or compulsory exilium or exile banishment. For more heinous crimes, loss of civitas or citizenship was also added. Loss of citizenship was considered the most severe of punishments, often having the effect of reducing an individual to a life of disgrace, poverty, and in some cases slavery. It not only deprived an individual of rights and privileges, but also included the confiscation of land and other possessions. Banishment could be ordered by the emperor and or the Senate and extended 400 miles in all directions of the eternal city of Rome. Being denied fire, water, food, and shelter. In some instances, an individual could be exiled to a specific location, such as an island or other isolated and remote area. History is uncertain of Pilate's fate after he was removed from his position in Judea and ordered to stand trial in Rome and account for his actions. It is, however, curious to note that for over 19 centuries, two mountains, which were part of Gallia at the time of Christ, bear Pilate's name to this day. They stand as a testimony to the legendary account of his final days in exile. First is Mount Pilate, 4,704 feet, located in France, south of Lyon, in the Cevennes range near the city of Saint-Étienne. And Mount Pilatus, 6,995 feet, located in Switzerland, southwest of Lucerne in Oderwalden, which was part of Gallia and roughly 400 miles north of the eternal city of Rome. The publisher, October 2002. With this, I will end this reading. Tomorrow I shall read the introduction to this book. Thank you for watching and listening. This has been Richard August, the autistic Christian MGTOW, the red pill man who lights it up blue.